Today I'm going to pretty much say why I am who I am and how I ended up being the person I am today. And it all started, I've practically been bullied all of my life. No reason why. I think it's because I love the Lord, and He said, if you love me, they'll hate you because they hated me. And so, started in preschool. I tried to be friends with girls. They just wouldn't be my friend. I was choked and kicked and thrown off the jungle gym several times. And I got through that. I don't know why, but I was still as happy as ever. And then when I changed schools and went to Run School Elementary, I was practically the only white girl at the school. You hear a lot of racism coming from white people, but you don't really hear the other side. And according to citydata.com, my school is 88% Hispanic and 44% white in 2009. And around 2000, 2001, it was probably higher. And I was told by the girls, you can't be in our club because you don't have black hair, or your skin isn't dark enough. Oh, she's racist because she's white. And so I went a lot of the time being by myself. When I was younger, I looked to God most of the time. If I was alone, I just sat there and I talked to God. And I think that's why I was so happy. And I decided to become friends with the boys. They didn't care what I looked like as long as I was tough enough. And I still got thrown around, but at least it was because I wasn't tough enough, not because of my hair color or my skin color. It was something I could change. I could be stronger. And in second grade, a boy came up to me, shoved me. No reason, just shoved me. I got back up and I hit him back hard. He fell. He was a big boy. Look at me now, I'm pretty short. I was like this tall in second grade, and he was like up here, broad-shouldered, ended up being a big football player. And he came on Valentine's Day and gave me a gift card to United Karate Studio. And I was like, yes, because my dad was also a first-degree black belt and had to quit to take care of the family. So I was like, Dad, I need to go. I need this. I need something to do. I need something. Don't give me friends. I'll have something to do with my life. Because I lived on a street that was full of old people. No one my age. Well, older people. Gray hair, pretty much, sorry. And so I started going to karate. The first week was free and I loved it. Ben Kiker, my karate instructor, also loved me. He took me in like a granddaughter. And whenever I couldn't afford to go to tournaments, he was always there to back me up. And not only did he pay for my tournaments sometimes, but he also paid for my food. And when you're training 5 days a week, food is awesome. And carbs were pretty great. And Taekwondo means foot fist art. To me, it was life. I was there all the time, even Saturdays. I would go out and practice on Sundays. Almost every Saturday I was at a tournament. And it was everything to me. And in 2008, I was in a pretty bad car wreck. My brother decided to change lanes, didn't see the car. I was in the back of the minivan where the car hit. My hip, I thought, was fine. I had a golf ball, the size of half a golf ball, on my head right here. I had a concussion. I thought my mother had died. I sat there and cried and prayed and cried and prayed. And she just woke up and didn't know what happened, but she was okay. And at that moment, I thought I was okay. So I kept going to karate, of course. I didn't think anything was wrong with me. I was sparring with one of my biggest competitors. I jumped up and did a back swing kick, which for someone that isn't flexible, that's pretty hard. You jump straight in the air, tuck your leg in, and swing around and hit the person with the back of your foot like that. And I did the most beautiful kick I've ever done, and didn't put my legs back down. And I just fell on my hip, and I couldn't get up. I just looked at Mr. Ben, and I was like, I can't move. And he ran just by the look in my face. And he said, I've never seen her cry, but that day I saw a tear from her face and I knew she was hurt. About 8 weeks from my black belt test, I had to sit out for maybe a month or two because of my hip. And I still went to the karate studio just to watch. And it was so hard to just watch, especially when you're a fighter and all you want to do is go in there and hit some people. I decided when I started back training, I was training harder than ever. I started back earlier than I was supposed to, but I didn't care. I wanted my black belt. I went through blood, sweat, and tears, and I only puked once. If you've ever heard of a United Black Belt test, you know that it's a secret. And I can't tell you much about it, but I can tell you it's about 6 to 8 hours of a constant workout, and men, grown men, yelling in your face. I cried, but I was okay. My leg would hurt, and at the end, a man came up to me and said, "You're an inspiration." I've never seen a girl get up like that, because whenever they knocked me down, I got back up. And Ben Kiker said, of course, she's a fighter. And every time I get in a struggle or I feel like something's going wrong, I remember what Ben Kiker said. I am a fighter. I can get through anything and everything. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And from then on, I'll never go out without a fight.